from ecovegangal.com and welcome back to another episode of What I Wear, where I talk about natural body care, makeup, fashion, all the different things that I put on my body that are vegan, cruelty-free, and as natural as possible. Today's video is all about smelling good. This was a very hot topic. I mentioned this in last week's video about dental care. A lot of you have requested this topic because don't we all want to smell good? And it's funny that just taking a shower and being clean doesn't seem to be enough. We want to have perfumes on, fragrances. We want to have deodorants so our armpits don't smell. Advertisements have convinced us how important it is to smell good. Now, of course, smelling good is important, right? We all know how it's a little uncomfortable to sit next to somebody if they have a lot of body odor. We don't want that. And when we're in romantic relationships, we want to make sure that we smell good there too, because when you're extra close to somebody, well, you want to smell good and you want them to smell good too. So I think it's important, but I also think it's important to balance it out and really be conscious about the products that you're buying. Don't just buy something because it's overly marketed to you. Buy it because it really does work, it's good for your body, and make sure that it has high quality ingredients that aren't going to cause any long-term health effects. I like to go as basic as possible. I like to find things that work without having a ton of ingredients in them. And just like with my food, I like to be able to identify what ingredients are in my products. So today I'm going to show you my favorite deodorant, I'm going to show you my body wash that I use, and a few different fragrances that I use when I want to smell extra good. So let's start off with the body wash. Right now I use this one from Avalon Organics. This is their bath and shower gel peppermint. Honestly, there's no very particular reason why I use this. To be completely frank, I got this for free when I did the campaign with them last year. I think I've used half the bottle. I mean, that's how little you need to use, by the way. I just use like a dime size of this and it suds up, gets all over my body, and that's it. I also have really liked using Dr. Bronner soap over the year. It's just a straight up Castile soap. They have a few different fragrances, super clean. One of my favorite resources for figuring out whether or not I feel comfortable using a certain type of body care product is ewg.org/skin deep. That is the Environmental Working Group's database of many different body care products. You can go on there and enter in a product, and it actually gives a rating to tell you if any of the ingredients are potentially hazardous. It's very rare that you'll find a product that is completely clean, like that'll be a 0. Type in your body care products, like any of the bath gels and soaps that you use, and see where they rate. Deodorant is the next thing that I put on after the shower, and the product line that I've been using for a while is Schmidt's. I have used this one so much that I've worn off the label. You'll see that's a trend with me. A lot of the natural products don't have super durable labels. That's okay, it doesn't matter to me. This is their lavender, but just for an example of what the label looks like when it's new, I just got this bergamot and lime scent. This works so well. The ingredients on these are shea butter, baking soda, arrowroot powder, cocoa seed butter, essential oil. It has this little spoon in it and you scoop it out just a tiny pea-sized amount and rub it under each armpit. It usually works really well when you're right out of the shower, when your body's still warm. It'll melt right in there, but I find I can put it on pretty much any time. I've tried a number of very similar brands. I'm not really 100% attached to Schmidt's for any specific reason. Some of you might be sensitive to baking soda. It might give you a little rash under your armpit. If that's the case, you can look for a very similar product like this. I'll leave some links down below because I don't remember them off the top of my head, but there are brands that are all natural and baking soda free. And I'll link to a video down below where I reviewed North Coast Organics deodorant and really went into detail about the dangers of using some of those chemical-laden deodorants and antiperspirants out there, and the benefits of using a natural deodorant. Then I put on some sort of a moisturizer. The moisturizer I've been loving recently is by Orange Owl. This body butter is super, super creamy. I love the texture, and there are a few different scents. I'm almost done with this jar of the Zingy Luxury, which is clove, cinnamon, pepper, and ginger. And so it gives my body like this zesty, almost like holiday smell to it from the cinnamon and the cloves. It's really nice, also very subtle. And all that's in here is mango butter, almond oil, olive oil, vitamin E oil, grapeseed extract, arrowroot powder, and essential oils. So super basic, and this brand is fantastic. The woman that owns this company is so sweet. And I'll leave a link to where you can buy this online. And that's my daily practice of smelling good and taking care of my body, is putting on a soap, a deodorant, and some sort of moisturizer. Now, when I want to step it up a little and smell extra good, I'll put on some sort of fragrance. Now, let me clarify that when I say fragrance, I mean something super natural, usually based in essential oils. But oftentimes when you see the word fragrance on a product, it is loaded with chemicals and is far from natural. So you really want to be extra careful about where you get your fragrances from. I find one of the best sources of fragrance are essential oils, and you know I've talked about this brand so many times. I love Well Scent. My favorite blend by them right now is Smile. I love the whole energy around it because it really does make me smile. It uplifts my spirit, but it also smells so good. And Well Scent also has some fragrances that work really well for men, so if you're gifting to a guy or if you're a guy watching this, then you can check those out. If I want to boost it up a little bit, I'll use something that's more meant to be a perfume. I really love this one from Ancient Essence, and this has oils of white amber, jasmine, and frankincense. So it's really just a more concentrated oil than I'll get in the Well Scent line. It is super strong and potent. And the last fragrance that I really like is by Pacifica. This Indian coconut nectar smells so divine. When I put it on, I feel like I'm transported to some tropical island or something. It's really wonderful for any of the warm time of year. I mean, really, I wear it all year round, but it's especially nice during the summer. And this just rolls right on to my wrist. I'll put a little on my neck, and I smell great. You really don't need much of the Pacifica or the Ancient Essence, but I find that with essential oils like the blends I get from Well Scent, I have to put on a little bit more and it doesn't quite last so long. So it depends how long you're going out, how long you want to smell good for. But just don't overdo it, because you just don't need to. I mean, really, a lot of our feelings about smelling good are in our own heads. I feel like as long as you smell fresh, that's really all that's important in a social situation. Otherwise, most people don't even really notice. So don't put on too much, don't spend way too much money, and definitely be careful about the ingredient list on the fragrances that you use. Now, before we go today, I want to give you a really good resource. This book just came out from Sophie Giuliano, who is kind of the queen of natural beauty and home care and doing things yourself. So I know a lot of you like to make your own products at home. I think that's so awesome. Many of you make your own deodorants, and I want to encourage you to keep doing that, keep experimenting, and keep trying new recipes. Sophie has been my go-to girl for all that. She just came out with this book called Gorgeous for Good, and I haven't started reading it yet, so I'll give you the full review when I start. But because of this video, I wanted to point out that she has a few recipes for deodorants. In this book, she has a lemongrass antibacterial deodorant, which is just coconut oil, shea butter, baking soda, arrowroot powder, and essential oils, just like the stuff that's in Schmidt's, so you can easily make it yourself. And she also has a perfume blend in this book, which is jojoba oil and a bunch of essential oils like orange, grapefruit, frankincense, neroli, and rose absolute. That sounds really nice. I really would love to make my own, so I'm sure once I finish reading this book, I'm gonna be super inspired. So speaking of feeling inspired, now I wanna hear from you. What do you use to smell good? What do you use in the shower, if anything? What deodorants do you use? Do you make your own? If so, leave me a recipe down below in the comments section. And if you use any products, definitely mention them as well. As far as smelling good, like with a fragrance, do you use specific essential oils? Tell me what your favorites are of those. Or do you have a natural perfume blend that I don't know about yet? I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching today. If you liked this video and found it educational, give it a thumbs up. And if this is your very first time watching one of my videos, I would love for you to subscribe so you're the first to know when I have more like this. The What I Wear videos come out every Wednesday, and I have a lot of other content in between. I would also love to connect with you on social media. You can find links to all the networks that I'm on. I'm on Snapchat and having a blast there, so please connect connect with me there and any other place that you like to hang out online. You can find lots of information about eco-friendly vegan living at ecovegangal.com. I even have a whole look section full of information I've gathered over the years about looking good without harming yourself or the environment. And that's it for today. I'll see you next week. Bye.